The last panel of the previous chapter was about Fori who got mad after getting roasted by Saitama, so he demanded a fight, and now he's about to get what he asked for in this chapter. Anyway, this chapter starts off with Rover and Black S standing in front of Saitama's room as they're about to go outside to fight. And Black S asks Saitama to let him go inside, and most likely he's trying his luck to manipulate Saitama straight away for his own sake. But then Saitama comes up with an idea that the loser of this fight between Fori and Saitama is gonna have to take care of Black S and Rover. And Fori mistakenly thinks that Black S is a monkey, but then Butterfly DX with a little bit of common sense doubtfully asks, "You sure this isn't some kind of monster? It's not dangerous, is it?" And then Black S keeps on trying to pretend to be a monkey as he gets louder, but Fori cuts the conversation by accepting Saitama's challenge. So Fori and Saitama pick the place at the parking lot, both of them standing there with the other two guys watching. And then Fori is like, "You might end up getting hurt after this." But then Saitama, who apparently has learned from past experience, is like, "You better not beg to be my disciple." And then Chain Toad says he'd never seen Fori fight before, and that his unique style might be a problem for Saitama. And the fight begins as Fori presses the play button on his iPod and starts dancing to the rhythm. But then Saitama says something that Fori couldn't hear because he's wearing his headphone, and then a car hit him from the back, and that's it. He's knocked out cold. This, once again, is a classic One Sensei comedy. I remember the first time I saw this in the webcomic, and this has been one of the funniest things he's ever done, and I think I'll remember it for a long time. And not to mention there's a lot more to come. So anyway, it's actually Fubuki Group who drove the car, and it's confirmed that she's intending to meet someone around the Hero Association HQ area. But then at the underground parking lot, it seems that the Hero Association executives are welcoming someone, some mysterious guy who wears a mask. And this guy is new. We've never seen this guy before, not even in the webcomic. And back to Fubuki, she's asking Saitama to come along, and her underlings are jealous of him for being treated that special. And then Saitama hands Rover and Black S to Butterfly DX and says they'll take turns taking care of him. And I think this is becoming the reason that this trio of 40 Butterfly DX and Chain Toad will appear a lot more often in the future. Of course, as side characters to complement Saitama's life in his new apartment. So anyway, Saitama and Fubuki Group would go inside the internment facility where surviving monsters got examined. And the employee there says the inmate that Fubuki is trying to visit is currently visited by someone else. And after that, they're getting transferred to another facility. And Fubuki demands it to be stopped and says this is an emergency. And back to that mysterious guy, it turns out that he's visiting Psykos, and he says that he knows about what Psykos has done in the battlefield. He also knows that she's mutated with monsterization, and it turns out that he pays cash to the Hero Association in order to get her. So it is certainly a shady business at this point. And he refers to himself as one of tsukuyomis, and that word alone got her shook. And then he uses some kind of psychic powers to stun her and says, "Within the third eye lies the secret to seeing into the future." We still don't know yet about what this guy is after. We don't know about what third eye and what future this guy is talking about, but I think it has something to do with God and the future of humanity in this universe. And I just get a feeling that this guy could be the obstacle for Fubuki to develop her characterization. And probably she needs to team up with Tatsumaki to defeat all of the Tsukuyomi. And it's gonna be some sort of bonding moment for those two, so we'll see about that. And moving on the way to the room where Psykos is being held, Fubuki's having a flashback where she met Psykos, who survived from Tatsumaki's last attack that only destroyed Orochi's part of her body. And that encounter happened when Garo got away at the very end of the previous arc. So both of them knew each other already, and it stated that Psykos was the vice president of the Society for Supernatural Research, and Fubuki was the president of that club, so it seems that they have a past together as they are about to fight. And the flashback shows that Psykos was 17 when she was about to surpass Fubuki's ability, but then Fubuki sealed her ability by doing this. So yeah, apparently a kiss on the lips could seal someone's ability. Anyway, Psycho says, "Now that I was about to rise to the top of the world, you're gonna stand in my way again?" And Fubuki was like, "That's right, I was a self-centered person." And I'm like, isn't she still a self-centered person? And then the flashback goes on where Psychos was trying to propose some wicked mission to exterminate humanity. But Fubuki was like, there's no point in surpassing Tatsumaki if there's nobody left to witness. And then Fubuki goes on with her theory about the world's hierarchy, and she thinks that if Psycho's gonna kill all the losers of the world, she's gotta be the enemy that she must crush. And the fight goes on with Psychos using her ability, and this is the last page of this chapter. Well, I think it's gonna be a good fight because both of them are worn out, with Psychos barely survived from the fight against Tatsumaki and other heroes, whereas Fubuki gave all her energy to save Genos and fought against monsters too. Well, if there isn't a plot armor, this will be a much easier fight for Psychos as she was one of the strongest in the Monster Association, so we'll see about that. And I think that's it. If you have anything to say about how this fight's gonna end up and what that Tsukuyomi guy is all about, please let me know in the comment section. And as always, I'll see you next time. Peace.